In this video, I'm going to be showing you a very simple finger warm-up, mainly focusing on the fretting hand, but we're also going to be looking at picking technique with and without a pick. So don't miss this one. This would be the number one thing that I would do as the first thing whenever you pick up your ukulele, especially before we start doing chords that use more than one finger at a time. We're going to definitely want to do this. And if you're already using your third finger to do that C major chord, then this is the thing that you need to bring on that finger coordination and get the support from your whole hand to make your chord progressions sound just fantastic and make everything ring out at all times. So all we're going to do is we're going to move through your first three fingers, starting with finger 1, string 1, fret 1. And we're going to move through each finger one at a time. 1, 2, 3, and we're not going to use finger 4 this time, the pinky, because no chords that we're going for right now use that pinky at all. But we do need to train it. We need it to behave. That little finger has a habit of wandering off and doing its own thing, and we need to control it. So again, for right now, for absolute beginner ukulele chords, support the neck with the side of your first finger like this and place your thumb just sitting on top would be my recommendation. If you prefer and it's comfortable, and perhaps if you're using a strap, you can have that thumb a little bit lower and have plenty of room between the first finger and the ukulele neck. That is totally fine and encouraged for higher level stuff. But for right now, most people are going to want to support the neck. And then we're just going to place your first finger down and play that note. Then we're going to place the second finger down. Here's the tricky bit. Pay attention. As we put that middle finger down, the first finger comes off at the same time. We don't do this. We don't do one finger and then the next finger. And we don't, also crucially, we don't have both fingers down at the same time. That's for when we're playing a chord. When we're playing one string, one note. Kind of think of this like a tag team or a relay race. They're passing on that baton. As soon as they hit the string, they're kind of passing it on to the next. That's what we're wanting to get. We don't want a big gap like this, and we don't want both fingers down at the same time. We need one, then the other, and then we're going to try and do that same thing with finger 3. You'll notice that my fingers are on an angle, generally pointing towards my strumming hand shoulder, and that is good for most of these beginner chord shapes. It's not something that we want to promote all the time, every time, forever, but for these beginner chords, this is the best technique to use. For example, for another chord we're going to go for, being on an angle is the thing to train our fingers with. And it's new. We don't normally hold things like this. We hold things like this, right? This is how I'd hold my ukulele if I was just picking it up. We want to be like this. This is that delicate touch. And we just place down 1, pass it on to 2, pass it on to 3, like a relay. If you enjoy this video, why not check out my full ukulele course available at andyguitar.co.uk. Get loads of lesson content that is not available on YouTube, but is structured with progress tracking built in to keep you moving forward. The link to that is in the description below. Let's get back to the video. I'm just going to pluck first of all with my first finger. We can then do that on every string because it will feel different when we do it on every string, and we need to practice that. So no matter what string we want to play or what finger we're using, we're ready. So to recap, we're not playing any scale, nothing scary like that. We're just making sure we can play every finger on every fret in the first 3 frets so that no matter what fret is called upon here, we have a finger there ready to play it. We can do that with a pick. Now I'm using my Andy guitar picks here. Importantly, I'm using the 0.43 millimeters. I don't know if you can see that, but I'll make sure there's a nice picture of it where this video is embedded because I sell these on my website. We ship them absolutely worldwide. These are the thinnest ones that I do. These are perfect for ukulele. They sound absolutely great if you're precious over your fingernails, or you just want to get the loudest, brightest sound that we possibly can. A pick is a great option, but it's not 100% needed. You can just use your first finger. However, if I was to do the same exercise with a pick, just using down picks to begin with, we play the open string, first, middle, and first. To do that, it's just a very small movement of the wrist, but it's really kind of a twist of the wrist, like this. And to do your strumming as well, it's a little twist of the wrist, rather than a huge motion, or even, it's not this kind of motion particularly. You know, shaking from left to right is using very small muscles to do quite a big movement, and they're not designed for that. It's just kind of like a little, you get used to it. It's a very small motion is the main thing we want to do. Very small rock of that wrist, and that will do it absolutely fine. Do that on every string, with or without a pick, so that you've got the option. You're in control. That would be my number one warm-up exercise for total beginners. Hope that really goes well, and make sure you do that as the first thing that you play when you pick up your ukulele for the next few days or few weeks.